Jodi, thanks for being with us today. Let's start with your decision to run and why you wanted to run for the Alberta NDP leadership.
Tanze, Dennis, thanks for having me. And you know, I actually had just convinced myself not to run and to relax, just be an MLA, enjoy life a little. And when Rachel Notley stepped down, I was on vacation with my parents, and my phone was ringing off the hook. Texts were coming in, and it was from elders across the province. And with messages, "It's time, my girl, you've been preparing for this," you know, all kinds of kind encouragement. And my folks were like, "Maybe you need to rethink this." And so I went to ceremony, and as we do in our way, the elders said, "You must do this." So here I am.
Well, I hope you had a good data plan while you were on vacation there. You made the announcement on Saturday at the Lethbridge International Peace Powwow. Why did you choose that event for the announcement?
So again, I actually didn't choose that event. It was in ceremony. I was up north in Frog Lake, and an elder had said to me, "The best place for you to do this will be at this gathering. It's going to address where the water crisis is actually going to be happening." And so I take the elders' consult and deliberation to heart and brought it to my team. And they also thought it was a great idea, and so that's where we launched from. And while I was down there, I got to spend time with folks in High River, and you know, plenty of people are very, very concerned in southern Alberta about the drought that we're headed into.
Well, you are a rookie MLA running against three other women, two of whom were cabinet ministers in Rachel Notley's government. What would you say sets you apart from them?
Well, first I would say rookies score goals and win games. And secondly, I would say what sets me apart is my lived experience and being on the ground with community, the work I've done, and you know, coming from this worldview around collaboration and working together. It's time that we do things a little differently in government, because what is happening is not working. We have more deaths than ever before. We have higher addiction rates than ever before. We've had higher profits out of our province, and yet people are dying. The hospitals are crumbling. Healthcare is a mess. So the infrastructure was not invested in, and it's time to have a different approach, a new style, and that's what I'm bringing to the table: collaboration.
You're touching on some key issues there, no doubt, but what do you see as some of the priorities for yourself in this leadership race?
Well, Dennis, we have to really focus on our climate change response. We have to address the forest fires. Last spring, leaders were telling us that they were putting out the fires with their volunteers in their communities as best they could, and they were waiting for the province to show up, and the province never came. So that means we don't have a plan here in the province. We need plans to get ranchers' herds out of the fields on time and properly and safely. We need to make sure if there's another incident like the Fort McMurray, hopefully there is not, but if there is, that we have plans across the province. And how are we going to manage forest fires without water? So there's all of these strategies that need to be implemented immediately. Irrigation, I mean, these are very, very serious issues that the rest of the world has been planning, navigating, implementing renewable energy. Part of the platform is also diversifying our economy. How do we take climate change and spin that into a climate economic response? So how do we create jobs for people? How do we ensure that we're able to feed our families, keep the heat on, lights on? Because in Alberta right now, rent has doubled. We're in a serious crisis, affordability crisis, and families are hurting. So the platform is water, climate, economics.
Just very quickly here, Jodi, you know, as somebody who's Korean Mohawk, you were on the ground here the night that Wab Kinew was elected Premier of Manitoba. Do you think Canada's reached a turning point with more Indigenous politicians becoming elected?
I think Canada, since the Truth and Reconciliation Commission is recognizing and seeing the value of Indigenous ways of knowing and being, and that our governance styles and our laws and principles have a lot to be valued in governing. Our relationships to the land, to the water, and to each other are fundamental in the way that we govern, and that's what's going to help support us in getting out of these crises. It's our relationships.
Jodi, we'll leave it there, but thanks for joining us. Best of luck to you over the next few months here.
Excellent. Thank you, Dennis. Take care.